The Lost story opens on Colony Station Alpha 7, a peaceful mining outpost on the edge of human space. Maya, a young engineer, works alongside Jake, her partner and fellow colonist. They've built a simple life together, planning their future, while maintaining the station's critical systems. The tranquil life shatters when the Void Hunters arrive, a ruthless alien race that consumes entire worlds for resources. These creatures are massive, insectoid beings with advanced technology and no mercy for other species. They've been sweeping through this sector of space, leaving nothing but empty planets behind. Jake volunteers for the desperate defense mission. The human fleet is outnumbered 10-1, but they must buy time for civilian evacuations. Maya begs him to stay, knowing it's likely a suicide mission. Jake promises to return, giving her his father's old compass, of family treasure from Earth. The battle is brutal and one-sided. Human ships fight bravely, but are torn apart by Void Hunter weapons that seem to bend reality itself. Jake's ship, the Mercury, is among the last to fall. Maya watches the final transmission as his vessel disappears into a strange energy vortex created by alien technology. Official reports declare all hands lost. Maya refuses to believe it at first, scanning space frequencies for any sign of survivors. Weeks pass with no word. The colony holds a memorial service for the fallen defenders. Maya struggles with grief and guilt. She throws herself into her work, helping rebuild defenses and preparing for the next inevitable attack. Other colonists try to comfort her, but she remains distant. She keeps Jake's compass close, the only connection to her lost love. The Void Hunters continue their advance. More colonies fall. Refugee ships arrive daily with stories of entire worlds stripped bare in hours. Military command talks of evacuation plans and final stands. Hope seems lost. Maya volunteers for dangerous scouting missions, partly from duty and partly from a death wish. She pilots maintenance pods into asteroid fields, mapping Void Hunter patrol routes. Her reckless behavior worries her friends, but she can't stop moving, can't stop fighting. Late at night, she stares out at the stars where Jake's ship vanished. The energy readings from that area remain. Strange sensors show spatial distortions that scientists can't explain. Maya begins to wonder if the vortex was some kind of portal rather than a weapon. She starts researching Void Hunter technology. In her spare time, ancient data files mention legends of other species who vanished when fighting the Hunters, not killed, but taken somewhere else. Maya clings to this slim hope while publicly accepting Jake's death. The part ends with Maya making a difficult decision. She'll volunteer for the next major operation against the Void Hunters, not to die, but to find answers about what really happened to Jake and the others. The discovery 3 months after the battle, Maya joins a reconnaissance mission to investigate Void Hunter movements near the Titan Nebula. The team includes Captain Ross, pilot Anna, and scientist Dr. Bell. Their ship, Explorer, is equipped with the latest stealth technology. They discover something unprecedented, a massive Void Hunter facility hidden in the nebula's gas clouds. It's not a typical destroyer ship, but something resembling a research station. Energy readings match those from the vortex that consumed Jake's fleet. Dr. Bell's scans reveal the facility is somehow connected to multiple dimensional spaces. The Void Hunters aren't just conquering, they're experimenting with reality itself. The station appears to be harvesting not just resources, but entire sections of spacetime. Maya convinces the team to investigate closer. She's studied Void Hunter tech extensively and notices patterns others miss. The energy signatures suggest the station is maintaining stable portals to other dimensions or distant locations. They intercept alien communications discussing test subjects and dimensional barriers. Maya's heart races as she realizes the Void Hunters might be keeping prisoners from their conquests, including humans from Jake's battle. The team attempts to infiltrate the station using a captured Void Hunter scout ship. Anna's piloting skills get them past outer defenses, but they're detected during the final approach. Instead of destroying them immediately, the Void Hunters capture their ship with the same portal technology. Inside the facility, they discover the horrible truth. The Void Hunters use conquered species as test subjects for dimensional experiments. Thousands of beings from dozens of worlds are imprisoned in energy cages, undergoing various tortures disguised as research. Maya finds evidence of human prisoners' personal effects, ship fragments, and biosignatures matching Earth-born humans. Her hope grows despite the surrounding horror. Jake might still be alive somewhere in this nightmare facility. The team splits up to gather intelligence and look for prisoners. Dr. Bell works to understand the portal technology while Anna secures their escape route. Maya searches the prison sectors, following faint human energy signatures deeper into the station. She discovers that the Void Hunters see other species as inferior but useful. They're trying to understand how different biological types react to dimensional stress. The ultimate goal appears to be creating stable portal technology for instantaneous travel across the galaxy. Captain Ross finds records indicating that several human prisoners were transferred to other facilities. The Void Hunters operate multiple research stations across different dimensions, sharing data and subjects between locations. Maya locates a partial prisoner manifest with familiar names, including Jake's military ID number. He was transferred 2 weeks ago to a facility designated as Primary Research Location Alpha. The records don't specify where this location exists, but it's clearly the Hunters' main base. Alarms begin blaring as their infiltration is discovered. Void Hunter soldiers, massive creatures in biomechanical armor, converge on their position. The team fights desperately to reach their ship, using stolen alien weapons and Dr. Bell's improvised portal disruptors. During the escape, Maya manages to download crucial data about the portal network and prisoner locations. She also grabs a communication device that might allow contact with other facilities. They barely escape as the facility begins pursuing them through normal space. Anna pushes their stolen ship beyond safe limits, jumping to hyperspace just as Void Hunter weapons fire back at Colony Alpha 7. Maya presents her findings to military command. The evidence of living prisoners changes everything. This is no longer just a war of survival, but a rescue operation. However, the brass considers a rescue mission too dangerous with their current resources. Maya realizes she'll have to take matters into her own hands. She begins secretly planning to return to Void Hunter space, this time to find Jake and the other prisoners. She starts gathering volunteers and resources for an unauthorized mission. The part ends with Maya receiving a faint signal on the stolen communication device, a transmission that includes Jake's voice calling her name across impossible distances. The return Maya assembles a small team of volunteers for an unsanctioned rescue mission. Her crew includes Anna, pilot, Dr. Bell, scientist, mechanic Tom, and surprisingly, Captain Ross, who defies orders to join them. They steal a prototype stealth ship called Ghost Runner. Following the signal Maya intercepted, they track its source to a region of space that shouldn't exist according to known physics. Dr. Bell's instruments detect massive gravitational anomalies and timeline distortions. They're approaching the Void Hunter's primary research dimension. The journey requires passing through multiple portal jumps, each one more dangerous than the last. The ship's hull begins showing stress fractures from dimensional pressure. Anna's expert piloting is the only thing keeping them intact as they navigate between realities. They arrive at an impossible sight, a structure the size of a small moon, floating in a void between dimensions. This is Primary Research Location Alpha, where the Void Hunters conduct their most advanced experiments. The facility exists partially in normal space and partially in other dimensions. Maya's stolen communicator receives stronger signals now. She hears Jake's voice mixed with dozens of other human prisoners. They're alive, but the transmissions suggest they're undergoing horrific experiments, designed to test human psychological and physical limits. The team discovers that the Void Hunters consider humans particularly interesting subjects. Human adaptability and stubborn refusal to give up makes them perfect for testing dimensional stress tolerances. The aliens are trying to understand what makes humans so resilient. Dr. Bell analyzes the facility's defenses and finds a weakness. The dimensional anchors that keep the station stable create blind spots in their sensor networks. The Ghost Runner can exploit these gaps, but only for a limited time before the distortions tear the ship apart. They infiltrate during a shift change when security is momentarily reduced. Tom's technical skills help them bypass alien security systems, while Anna keeps the ship ready for rapid extraction. Maya and Ross head deeper into the facility to find the human prisoners. The prison levels are a maze of energy barriers and twisted architecture that hurts to look at directly. Maya follows Jake's signal through corridors that seem to change direction randomly. The Void Hunters have created a prison designed to break minds as well as bodies. She finds Jake in a containment cell, but he's changed. Months of dimensional experimentation have left him partially phased between realities. Sometimes he's solid, sometimes translucent. His mind flickers between past and present, struggling to maintain coherence. Jake recognizes Maya, but warns her it's a trap. The Void Hunters have been using the prisoners' emotional connections to study human bonding behaviors. They knew Maya would come and have prepared accordingly. The facility's defenses suddenly activate round them. Ross finds other human prisoners in similar conditions, soldiers from various battles, civilians from destroyed colonies, even some who claim to be from Earth itself. All show signs of dimensional contamination that's slowly tearing them apart at a molecular level. Dr. Bell discovers the horrifying scope of the experiments. The Void Hunters aren't just studying dimensional travel. They're trying to create hybrid beings that can exist in multiple realities simultaneously. They plan to use this technology to become truly unstoppable conquerors. Maya refuses to leave without Jake, even though his condition makes transport dangerous. She jury-rigs a containment field using parts from her engineering kit and the stolen alien technology. If she can stabilize his dimensional phase variance, she might be able to get him home. The facility's commander, a massive Void Hunter with cybernetic enhancements, confronts them. Personally, it communicates through painful, telepathic intrusions, explaining that humans will make excellent subjects for the final phase of their research. Maya and her team will join the prisoners. A running battle ensues through the twisting corridors. Human determination and creativity prove effective against alien technology, designed for more predictable opponents. Tom improvises weapons from maintenance equipment while Ross uses military tactics adapted for impossible architecture. Maya manages to partially stabilize Jake's condition, but the process is slowly killing her. The dimensional energies are contaminating her as well. She realizes that saving him might cost her own life, but she doesn't hesitate. They fight their way back to the Ghost Runner as the facility begins collapsing around them. The dimensional anchors are failing, threatening to dump the entire station into the void between realities. Anna has the engines running hot, ready for immediate departure. The part ends with their escape from the collapsing facility, but Jake's condition is deteriorating rapidly. Maya holds him as he phases in and out of existence, unsure if a rescue attempt has saved him or simply condemned them both to a slow death. From dimensional contamination, the fight back at Colony Alpha 7, Maya and Jake are both dying from dimensional contamination. Dr. Bell works frantically to find a cure while Jake flickers between realities. Sometimes he's solid enough to hold Maya's hand. Other times he's a ghost who can barely speak. The other rescued prisoners are in similar condition. The colony's medical facilities aren't equipped for dimensional injuries, and traditional medicine is useless against problems that exist across multiple realities. Maya refuses to give up, using her engineering skills to build stabilization equipment. Jake's condition provides unexpected intelligence about Void Hunter plans. During his lucid moments, he shares what he learned during captivity. The aliens are preparing a final assault on human space, but they need more test subjects to perfect their dimensional weapons first. Maya discovers that the contamination isn't entirely harmful. It's given her limited ability to perceive dimensional distortions. She can sense Void Hunter portal activity before their sensors detect it. This early warning system proves crucial when the aliens mount their next attack. The Void Hunters arrive in force, demanding the return of their research subjects. Their fleet is massive, dozens of ships that seem to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Colony Alpha 7's defenses are pitiful compared to this armada. Instead of immediate attack, the Void Hunters broadcast a message. Their commander offers a trade Maya and Jake in exchange for sparing the colony. They're particularly interested in studying the dimensional contamination's effects on human bonding behaviors. Maya realizes this is an opportunity. She volunteers to be traded, secretly planning to infiltrate the Void Hunter fleet from within. Jake begs her not to go, but his deteriorating condition makes him too weak to stop her. Dr. Bell creates a modified containment suit that masks Maya's contamination signature, while amplifying her new dimensional senses. She can now detect weak points in Void Hunter technology, places where their multidimensional systems are vulnerable. The trade takes place in space between the colony and the alien fleet. Maya boards the Void Hunter command ship while Jake is transferred to the colony's medical bay. The aliens believe they're getting a helpless prisoner, but they're actually inviting a saboteur aboard. Maya discovers the command ship's weakness, its dimensional stability, depends on a central processing core that exists across multiple realities simultaneously. If she can destabilize even one dimensional layer, the entire ship will collapse into normal space. Using her engineering knowledge and new dimensional senses, Maya begins sabotaging key systems throughout the ship. The aliens don't realize what's happening because the damage occurs across multiple realities. They can't detect it with conventional sensors. Meanwhile, Jake's condition suddenly stabilizes back at the colony. Dr. Bell theorizes that separation from Maya has reduced the dimensional resonance that was killing them both. Jake immediately begins planning a rescue operation despite his weakened state. Captain Ross assembles a desperate fleet from available ships, mining vessels, cargo haulers, and the few remaining military craft. They're vastly outgunned, but Maya's sabotage has leveled the playing field by forcing the Void Hunters into normal space. The battle begins as Maya triggers her final sabotage. The Void Hunter command ship phases uncontrollably between dimensions, creating a cascade effect that destabilizes their entire fleet. Several alien vessels are torn apart by dimensional storms. Jake leads a boarding party onto the crippled command ship, following Maya's tracking signal through corridors that shift between realities. His partial dimensional contamination actually helps him navigate the unstable environment. They find Maya trapped in the ship's core, her body serving as an unwilling anchor point for the dimensional collapse. She's conscious, but can't move without triggering a complete reality breakdown. That would destroy everything within light years. Dr. Bell, monitoring from the colony, realizes the solution requires precise timing. If Jake can synchronize his dimensional phase with Maya's, they might be able to stabilize each other long enough to escape before the ship's final collapse. The Void Hunter commander makes a last desperate attempt to stop them, revealing that the entire attack was designed to capture Maya specifically. Her unique contamination signature could be the key to perfecting their dimensional weapons technology. A final confrontation occurs across multiple realities simultaneously. Jake and Maya fight together despite existing in different dimensional phases, their love providing the emotional anchor needed to maintain coherence across realities. They escape as the command ship finally collapses, taking most of the Void Hunter fleet with it. The surviving alien vessels retreat, but not before their commander promises this isn't over. Humanity has proven more dangerous than expected. The part ends with Maya and Jake reunited but still contaminated. Their condition has stabilized, but they're forever changed by their experiences. They can now perceive threats and opportunities invisible to other humans, making them valuable assets in the continuing war against the Void Hunters. The new beginning. 6 months after the battle, Maya and Jake have become the colony's early warning system against void hunter incursions. Their dimensional contamination, once a death sentence, now provides capabilities no human has ever possessed. They can sense portal activity days before conventional sensors detect anything. Dr. Bell's research into their condition reveals fascinating possibilities. The contamination isn't just allowing them to perceive other dimensions, it's slowly adapting their bodies to exist across multiple realities simultaneously. They're becoming something new, neither fully human nor alien. Jake has regained most of his physical stability, though he still phases slightly during emotional stress. Maya's engineering abilities have been enhanced by her new perceptions. She can see flaws and solutions in technology that exist across dimensional boundaries. The colony has become a hub for rescued prisoners from other Void Hunter facilities. Maya and Jake help treat dimensional contamination in new arrivals, sharing techniques they've developed through trial and error. A support community grows around these changed humans. Military command finally acknowledges the value of Maya's unauthorized rescue mission. She's offered a commission and resources to establish a specialized unit for operations against Void Hunter dimensional technology. The Dimensional Response Team becomes humanity's first line of defense. Jake joins as the unit's tactical advisor, using his experience as a prisoner to predict Void Hunter behavior. Together, they train other volunteers in dimensional warfare techniques, though few can safely undergo the contamination process that grants enhanced abilities. Their first major operation targets a Void Hunter facility discovered near the outer colonies. Intelligence suggests the aliens are attempting to create artificial dimensional rifts that could bypass human defenses entirely. The threat requires immediate action. The mission reveals how much Maya and Jake have changed. They move through shifting realities with ease, communicate across dimensional barriers, and coordinate attacks that exist in multiple phases simultaneously. They've become weapons as much as humans. They discover the Void Hunter's ultimate plan to create a dimensional weapon that could phase entire planets out of existence, making conquest unnecessary. Worlds would simply vanish into other realities, leaving their resources behind for harvesting. Maya realizes that stopping this weapon requires a sacrifice. Someone with sufficient dimensional contamination must anchor themselves in the weapon's core and disrupt it from within. The process would scatter their consciousness across infinite realities, essentially a death worse than dying. Jake volunteers immediately, but Maya refuses to let him sacrifice himself again. They argue across multiple dimensional phases, their voices echoing through realities as they debate who should die for humanity's survival. Dr. Bell proposes an alternative if both Maya and Jake anchor the disruption together. Their emotional bond might provide enough stability to survive the process. It's never been attempted, and the odds of success are minimal. The facility's defenses adapt to human tactics, creating maze-like structures that exist in non-Euclidean geometries. Normal military strategies become useless when corridors can exist in directions that don't physically exist. Maya and Jake fight their way to the weapon's core, their enhanced abilities allowing them to navigate impossible architecture. Other team members provide support from stable dimensional layers, but the final confrontation must be faced alone. The Void Hunter commander appears for a final battle, revealing that the entire conflict was part of a larger experiment. Humanity's response to dimensional warfare has provided data for an even more ambitious project converting entire species into dimensional weapons. Maya and Jake realize that winning this battle might not matter if humanity becomes the Void Hunter's ultimate weapon. They must not only destroy the facility, but also contaminate the aliens' research data to prevent future experiments. The final solution requires them to partially merge their consciousness across dimensions, becoming a single entity that exists in multiple realities simultaneously. They would save humanity, but lose their individual identities in the process. In the climactic moment, they choose love over individual survival. As they merge consciousness and anchor the dimensional disruption, Their combined will prove stronger than alien technology. The weapon collapses, taking the research facility with it. Maya and Jake survive the process, but they're permanently changed. They exist as separate individuals in normal space, but share consciousness across dimensional boundaries. They can be apart physically while remaining together spiritually. The story concludes with the establishment of a new human colony on a planet that exists partially in other dimensions, a place where the dimensionally contaminated can live safely. Maya and Jake become leaders of this community, protecting both normal humans and their changed siblings. The Void Hunters remain a threat, but humanity now has defenders who can fight them on equal terms. The war continues, but hope has returned to human space. Love and determination have proven stronger than alien technology and interdimensional horrors. The final scene shows Maya and Jake watching a sunset that spans multiple realities, their hands clasped across dimensions as they plan for a future where humanity will never again face extinction alone. The end asterisk.